Hello! Operators are standing by, waiting for your call. This is an infomercial. I'm just kidding. I'm punch drunk. Not drunk, but it's 3:30 in the morning. So I'm sorry if I look tired or exhausted or a mess. I think I had to shave twice because I was going to do this so many hours ago. This is what I was going to do. I was just going to, I was going to do this little video. And what was the topic going to be? And it's still going to be skiing, but not. I have an Austria skiing. This is going to be skiing in Colorado. One particular time, one of the first times I was there. So I'll try to get to that right away. But why did it take so long? I mean, it took me it's like 5 hours ago. I was going to do this because I got tangled up in streaming in the streaming app. Not spending any money, just people contacting me, either the streamers or just the people that are that attend, that I know or that have become friends of mine, and they're contacting me and saying, "Hey, are you coming?" And is if it's the streamer themselves, especially if they're and they know I'm not there to bring them points. They know I don't give them any points. Why? Because frankly, they're a threat to the people that I do support. And I know that sounds bad because the other people are friends of mine too, but it is a competition. It is. I wish there was a way that it could be different, but right now it is. And so it's a competition. And like I said, and they understand this, and they tell me directly. They tell me, I don't want you there, for your points, for your money, for any of that. I want you there for you, Keith. I want you make my stream better, and that is just so heartwarming, and it just tugs at my heartstrings to not go, So then I got to drop what I'm doing and I got to go, and be on their stream with them and interact with them, and I think I've probably told this kind of thing before, that there'll be about 300 people there, say, and nobody else really is interacting at all. I'm not hogging the thing. I'm really not. I'm trying to be very respectful and very conscientious about not doing that. But nobody else is saying anything, So they end up, we end up talking and frankly having a great time. And again, I want to make sure I don't exclude people or give everybody else a chance to talk about whatever the subject is, or if they're looking for requests. But then nobody else requests a song, and so I'll say, okay, well, what about this? And they're like, great, and they do that next right away, And then, I need to put something in a tip jar, like 50 points or something trivial. It's like one of those things at Christmas time when they say it's the thought that counts, not the gift, because it really is a thought, because the gift is it's worthless. It's just the fact that I send something, after they've done a request. But they know that I'm not gonna boost them up in the rank at all. I'm not going to give them any points of any consequence, because I said they're a threat to the people that I do help. I was going to say that I do want to support, but I want to support them all. I can't. It's just turns out money is not infinite, and you can't support them all. So anyway, but then I've actually met 3 or 4 really nice new, more than that, probably 5 new people this evening. 4 girls and 1 guy. That we just start talking in the chat. They're not the streamers, they're not the artists, and the artists are talking to me plenty too. But these are new people, and we just start talking, and we have a rapport, and we have common interests, and they're clever, and they're funny, and we're joking around, and I say, well, it was nice to meet you, take care, and then I'll end up falling into the next stream, and then they're there too, and they're like, hey, Keith, and I'm like, hey, you, because I'm terrible with names, and I've forgotten their name, but it's right there, but I don't remember whether they were the one that was talking about this or the one that was talking about that, but eventually I kind of bluff my way through that enough to realize who that was and which one of the 4 or 5 things we were talking about. Oh yeah, we were the ones talking about carrot cake or something. I just made that up, but something so that it'll help me bring back something that, and then we'll be talking again, and then now I'm there for a whole another hour because I'm interacting with the artist as well, with the streamer as well, a lot interacting with them, and then like I said with the other new friends, and they're just it's heartwarming and it's really nice and it's just but it takes time, because you just end up falling in the next stream and then while I'm in the streams, I'm getting DMs from a couple of the other streamers. Again, not to tell me to come and give them points to raise their thing up, because they know I'm not going to do that, or they're not even talking about that. As I mentioned a couple of days ago, it was Rebecca Monroy's birthday, and she wanted, because I had done this with Clarissa, much to my chagrin, I didn't really want to do it, but I kind of got pulled into it. Anyway, she heard about it. Well, she wanted me to do the same thing, and I said no. I said my voice is crap. I can't even talk. And I actually left her a voice message in in DM. You can make a voice thing out of it. And I said, no, listen to me. Now this is my voice talking. I said I can't even talk. I can't sing. And she let me off the hook right away. She said, I understand, Keith. She said, when this apocalypse thing is over and you can get into a regular doctor or a specialist, actually, ear, nose, and throat, like the appointment I had, long story there, but I had an appointment. I did. I showed up for it. I parked the car, walked in, didn't work out. Not my fault, but I tried. And then this apocalypse comes along, so you can't have that kind of thing. Well, she said, when this gets over with, then you need to make that appointment again with your nose and throat specialist, and then they need to stick a camera down your throat, like they're going to do, and then they need to figure out, treatment plan. What are they going to do? Surgery, pills, combination of both. Wait for it for another 6 months. Although it's been a long time. It's been more than 6 months already. It's been probably a year that this has been messed up, and that hasn't been forever. 2-3 years ago it was fine, but it's been more than 8 or 9 months. It's been probably a year that it's been messed up, and I don't need to describe it anymore. It's messed up. But still, Rebecca wants me to show up at her birthday party stream, and not for points and not to sing with her. No, so I don't even have a shower. That was 2 days ago, I think it was. I didn't have a shower that day. I cut grass and had come in from that, and I got cooled off a little bit and put on a clean, dry T-shirt. Not a shirt like this, just a T-shirt. So I wasn't dressed really. I didn't have a shower. I just spent the whole day, not the whole day, but I spent a while cutting grass. And I'm on her, but now I'm like, oh shit, it's this time. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Streams from 2 to 3. I'm halfway late already. I jump into it, and she's so glad to see me, and it's really, again, very heartwarming. And so she does a couple songs that are kind of like our songs, and one of them I play on keys, and she's transposed it to a female key. So I got, I had to transpose it, but now I've got that. So, I play it, not that she can hear it, but I play along with her. She's like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm ready. I've got it I'm thinking about the transposed version, and I've got some Cathedral 1 or Room 3 reverb dialed in. I'm ready. Yes." And then she says, "Okay," and she hits it, and we start doing "Someone You Loved" or some song like that. A couple of other songs that are. But anyway. I knew this, should have known this was going to happen. I decided, okay, why not record it? I mean, you can throw it away later on. It doesn't cost anything. So sure enough, I grab an iPad, and I turn on a couple lights. I turn on this camera, and I record some of it singing, yeah, like an idiot, along with her on that song, and then I mentioned it to her in stream. I said, yeah, I recorded that, and she said, you did. You got to send it. I'm like. I said, okay, I'll send it to you privately. I said, please, tell me the truth, be honest with me. If we need to kill this thing with fire, just do it. Just burn it to the ground. And she's like, no, I love it. Can I put it in my story for today for my birthday? And I'm like, yes, you can. said, that's my birthday present to you then, I guess. And so, sure enough, her story came out. I mean, she had a story in Instagram, had like 7 components to it, and none of them were me. You know, I was counting them down. There's 6 left, 5 left, 4 left, 3 left, and still not mine, still not mine. You know, this other stuff that she had done for her birthday. And there's like 1 left, and I'm like, no, that's not me either. So I'm like, whew, she didn't use it. You know, there's 7 pieces to this thing, and none of them are this. But about 2 hours later, she comes out with another story in her Instagram. And all it is she and I singing that song. She used the whole clip that I'd recorded. She didn't edit any of it out or anything. I'm like, oh my God. And I said, Rick, I didn't even have a shower. I didn't have a shirt on or anything. I mean, you know, I filmed what I had. But, you know, and she said, no, people, you know, she said, I'm getting back all kinds of great feedback. She said, if you wouldn't have said anything, I wouldn't have noticed it. She said, it's really good, and you know, so on. I'm like, okay, well, thank you. That's really nice to hear, and coming from a professional like you, you know, that means a lot. And she said, no, people that, you know, I mean, she's got, I don't know, 14,000 followers or something, and she says she's hearing back from a lot of them, and they love the thing. She and I singing this song together is a duet, and I'm an octave lower than she is, of course, and I forget what song it is. But anyway, that happened. So then I'm talking to her later on, you know, and we're not talking about anything. Any streams coming up, she's talking about what happened yesterday. She's saying she had such a great birthday party, and she's just thanking me for it because, you know, it's hard to have a birthday party in a lockdown situation. So she's saying, you know, you really made this party for me. You know, that was a great birthday present, and you know, as you saw, I got to use it, and you know, I can't thank you enough for it. It was really meant a lot to me, and I'm so glad you did that. And all that kind of stuff is just, you know, it's validating and heartwarming, and okay, yes, kind of dorky. But, you know, again, in a zombie apocalypse, you don't get to see your friends. You don't get to go out and do anything, you know, go bowling or hunting, or neither which I do, but I'm just making up, you know, go play darts, which I don't do either really. You know, you don't go out to a movie theater or, you know, do anything. You don't go out, right? You know how it is. I don't need to tell you. So, you know, these online digital friends that you have, that's all you've got. You know, it's just you sitting around. So, all right. Oh my God, this is 12 minutes. I haven't done anything. Okay. I put up a couple, 3, 4 maybe Easter eggs, new ones, different ones. And if I'm not in the way of half of them, yeah, they're pretty hard to see. One of them might have fallen over. It was like a balancing act. Yeah, I think one of them might have fallen over. But anyway. And background music is, this is Chris Isaac, Wicked Game, right? Wicked Game, Wicked Games. Wicked Game, I think. You should know this, Keith. I'm just frazzled. I'm not frazzled. I'm exhausted. I'm not frazzled. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, yeah, Wicked Game. Right? Whatever. That's it. That's the background. And I just picked it because I wanted something with a small dynamic range. You know, not frequency range. I'm talking about dynamic range because, you know, I need something. Never mind. Okay, skiing trip. Am I ready to jump right into that? I think so. Finally, at 13 minutes. I actually have a little bit of notes. Yeah, actually just one little note. Because I hadn't done a ski trip in Colorado yet. I did one on Austria, but I went skiing in Denver. Not in Denver, I'm sorry. We drove to Denver. And okay, that's how it starts. I was in college at the time, and 4 of us, 4 guys, yeah, we're going to meet a couple girls when we get out there, but there's 4 of us guys in this car, in my car, and I'm driving. And the story I always tell about that, and I don't know if I've told this before here or not. If I have, I'm sorry. There's a lot to skiing. You know, you take a beach vacation. You know, you bring a book and a chair and a towel, okay, and some sunscreen. You're done. But skiing is a whole thing. I mean, ski equipment, and it's just packing is harder, is what I'm saying. It's harder to pack well for a ski trip. You got a lot to think about. You got chapstick. You got goggles. You got the thing you wipe the inside of the goggles with so they don't get fogged up. You know, you got gloves, and you got sweaters, and you got all kinds of skis and bowls, and you got all kinds of equipment and shit. You know, there's a lot to skiing that isn't a beach vacation. So packing is hard, and I forgot about music completely. So I had exactly one CD in the glove compartment, just accidentally. And you know, it's a 16-hour drive each way, just to Denver and back. And it was my car, it was my CD, so I liked the song, and I guess the other guys put up with it too. But they, I'm sorry, that caught my eye. I've just got to talk about how ghetto. I worked for like an hour on setting up this stupid video, just lighting, and now I know why the professionals are professionals at it, and they work hard at it, because it's hard. And this is very ghetto. I've got a mag, among other things, I've got a mag light, flashlight over there and I didn't have Kleenex around, and I needed a Kleenex, so I had to go find a Kleenex box, and then I put a Kleenex on it, and it was still too bright, so I put 2 Kleenexes on it and let it bounce off the wall and ceiling over there. And I'm like, okay, that's the way I want it. But it's 2 Kleenexes on top of a mag flashlight. It's crazy. So anyway, the thing is, we listened to the one CD, and I drove the whole way. It's my car, I'm driving. So I drove 16 hours out there and 16 hours back. Or as I say, it's 16 hours out there and 157 hours back. Because it's, oh my God, the drive across Kansas is so boring, so flat, there's nothing. But anyway, when I was distracted a little bit and not looking, I'm driving, and the guy riding shotgun actually managed to hit the eject button on the CD, hit the power window down, and get that CD out of the player and throw it out the window before I could do anything about it. Because I've been driving like 11 hours, and you're half dead anyway, and you're tired, and I just, I wasn't paying attention to quite what he was doing, and he was, trying to distract me by, talking to the guy in the back seat or something, one of the guys in the back seat, and he hit the eject button, or it was between songs anyway, and he hit eject, and I didn't really notice the music had stopped playing, because like I said, it was between songs. He grabbed the thing, he got the power window down a little bit, and whew, threw my disc out the window, threw my CD away, because they were so sick of hearing the same CD over and over again. All right, so we get out there, and there were a couple girls out there that were just college friends. They'd come from wherever we were all on winter break, so we're all coming from different cities, but we had arranged to meet. Well, these guys had come from St. Louis with me, but a couple of other people, a couple of the guys had come from a couple of other places, and a couple of the girls had come from a couple of other places. I think there were 8 of us in the condo, and one of the girls' name, her first name was Val Jean, and we hit it off really well. And as well as you can hit it off in a condo that sleeps 8, but we became really really close, and we really hit it off, and but I was on like the first or second day of skiing, and I want to impress a new almost girlfriend kind of thing. And I don't know if you ski much. Most of the chair lifts, the poles that hold up the chair are on the outside. So you line up, you get in place, and you gotta, this is it's like an assembly line. You gotta get this shit done. You gotta get in, get where you're supposed to be, and because the chairs never stop moving. They don't stop for you. No, they keep moving. So you get in there, and then normally you look to your outside, because that's where the pole is, and you gotta visualize that thing. You gotta find that damn thing and make sure that you're not going to get hit in the back with it. You got to get centered and sit properly, and you got to do it fast because the chairs don't stop. Well, this was a different chair design. It was a 2-person chair, but even those have on the outside usually. Well, this one happened to have one pole in the middle on the inside. I wasn't expecting that, and this was only like this first. I think it was the first day of skiing here in. I think we were in Winter Park, and so I looked the wrong way. I looked outside, and the pole was in here. Well, so I wasn't squared up in my seat. The pole hit me in the shoulder, and I didn't. And then I went to sit down, and I wasn't sitting down properly because the pole had pushed me away. So I ended up basically falling down, and again, the chairs don't stop. So the chair kept going, and it's attached to the cable up here at the top. So the cable is pulling the chair out, but the chair is hitting me in the back of the neck, and it's hung up on me kind of, but the attachment point is still moving forward. And then finally the guy stops the cable, stops the chair, but it's still hanging at a weird angle, So it's like a pendulum. That's the key that I hadn't figured out yet, because I had a lot going on when I'm looking embarrassed and dumb and I'm falling down here in this chair, or in this lift line. So I duck so that the chair will quit hanging on the back. It's hurting, it's hitting me back of the head. I duck so the damn thing will go away. Well, what happens when it swings outward? What's going to happen? It's going to swing backwards, right? Well, I duck so it swings away from me, and then I pick myself up, and all of a sudden I hear people yelling. Well, here comes this thing flying back at me, and the whole thing is like solid iron, and it's gotten up, and the attachment point was pretty far out there, at an angle way out there. So it swung way out there and then swung way back, and it cracked me right here across the nose and split this thing open. Hurt like hell. I thought I broke my nose, but I don't guess I did. Bled like crazy and hurt like crazy. And first aid up there, and they put a butterfly bandage on it, and they said you probably don't need stitches. And I don't guess I needed stitches, and it wasn't broken, so it's all cartilage there anyways, no bones to break. So, but anyway, I had to wear this bandage like for the whole time. So you end up with this, you end up with weird tans anyway when you on ski trips, because you got goggles, and it's always weird. But this was even more weird, because even when I could take the goggles off, I had this butterfly bandage across here, and so I had this really weird looking thing, and I wore it. They only had one. I mean, I guess I could have asked for a handful of them. So I'm trying to impress this girl basically, and I'm wearing the stupid bandage all the time. But it actually worked out fine. We had a great week. She and we went snowmobiling one day, and she and I shared a snowmobile, and then we skied together the rest of the days, and we had a great time. And I'd never met her before, so but she did. She happened to go to my university. I just hadn't met her before. This is going to have a sad ending. Come back to St. Louis, and we were together for a couple weeks in St. Louis, and then she tells me, and she's like, we're like 20 years old, 21 years old. She's got cancer. She has brain cancer, and she's got like weeks left to live. And, I spent as much time with her as I could, and she died. She died like 3 weeks after we got back from skiing. And, I'm like 20 years old. I'm not experienced with people dying around me, And she died. Sorry, I'm trying not to. I hadn't had that memory in quite a while. I'm not crying. I just touched my eye. Shut up. It's fine. But anyway, we were really close for a week out there and 2 weeks back home, and then she died. And so anyway, that was Winter Park. I also skied at Steamboat a lot, and the thing I liked about Steamboat Springs is they have ski in, ski out condos. At Winter Park they do not. They have shuttle buses, and I hate shuttle buses. You stand around in the cold in the morning waiting for the damn shuttle, and it comes and picks you up, and then after you have to get on a shuttle bus, which I don't like public transportation anyway, I get in my car and I go where I want to, when I want to. I stop and get out, and I stay for as long as I want, and when I'm done I get in the car, I turn the engine, and it starts up, and I go myself. But here you're on a shuttle bus, and even then, when the shuttle picks you up, does it take you to where you want to go? No. It drives all around a bunch of other condo developments, picking up other people, of course, and then finally heads down the road toward the base of the mountain, and it's the worst damn thing. I hate it. And then, if you forgot something, you're screwed. And if you think you're going back to your condo, in the middle of the day, like to eat, no, you're not. And if you've got too much clothing on, too bad. Throw it away, or you can get a locker and cram some stuff in a locker. And if you have too little clothing on, and you realize there's a storm front coming in, and the day is actually getting colder and cloudier than it was when you woke up in the morning and went out to ski, well, that's just tough shit. Unless you want to go to the gift shop and pay $100 for another sweater or something like that, you're screwed there too. And I actually did buy something at a gift. What did I buy? It wasn't a sweater, but it was I had gloves. I forget what it was, but I needed some more cowbells somehow because it was getting colder. I had goggles on, of course. I mean, I had goggles already, so I can't think of what in the world. Oh, you know what it was? Another pair of socks. Yeah, I bought an additional pair of wool socks because my feet were freezing because it was getting colder during the day. So I bought a second pair of socks so I could put them on and put my boots back on, and they fit a little bit tighter, but they were warmer with double socks on. So that's what it was. I bought an extra pair of socks at the gift place. So this is 25 minutes. This is terrible, isn't it? I say each one is worse than the one before, so I'm hoping there's some, sad story about, something that could have been, and instead she died. And then I'm talking about a different place, and it's cool because it's ski in, ski out, but it's not quite ski in, ski out. I mean, the runs are paved, not paved, but I mean they're groomed. Is the word I was looking for. They're groomed. They're runs, ski runs, but they're not groomed to your condo, and so from the edge of the run to our condo, it's just woods and boulders and sticks and crap and snow. There's snow there, yes. So you got to ski. You got to pick your way through that if you want to be able to ski in right up to the stairs of your condo, and then just take your skis off and walk up 3 stairs, and there you are at your condo door. That's the name of the game. If you have a ski in, ski out condo, that's what you want to do. But of the group, this was a different group. It wasn't college friends. It was actually family, and 2 college friends, but it was a different group of people. And anyway, I was the only person that was able to ski in. It's like, I mean, if you've met me or watched any of these videos, you may know, I'm fucking skiing. It's a ski in, ski out condo. I'm skiing in. So this is happening. So I skied in, and let me tell you, it was difficult. There was one place that you have to make like a jump over this boulder, and the jump is only half of it. Getting up into the air and clearing the boulder and not letting that boulder clip the bottom of your ski, because if it does, you're dead. You're going to fall face first into a tree and die. But that's only the half of it, is making the jump and clearing the boulder. That's all fine. Now you're in midair, and now guess what you got to make? You got to make the landing. You got to stick the landing. And otherwise, if you land off balance and fall, you're going to fall over and smack your face right into a tree and die anyway, even though you made the jump. So there's 2 parts to it. You got to make the jump, and then you got to stick the landing. And nobody else in our group was even interested in trying that at all. They just took off their skis and shit right out there by the run, and then they just walked. They just trudged all the way through these woods, and it was a little ways. And that's why I wasn't going to do it. It's like, no, I'm not walking. It's a ski in, ski out condo. I'm skiing all the way to my stairs, damn it. And so I did it. And we went there for probably about 5 years in a row, and we skied 5 or 6 days. Sometimes we take a day off for snowmobiling, give our feet a rest from the boots. The ski boots you have them tight. You need them tight to ski well. You clamp them down pretty tightly, so you get to wear these comfortable, warm boots that you wear for a snowmobile. It's a whole different thing, and they're very comfortable, comparatively comfortable for sure. But anyway, so you 5 times 5, that's 25, and then you ski in at lunchtime, and you ski in at the end of the day, so now we're at 50. So I had to do that jump and that land 50 times out of 50, and I made them all 50 times. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to brag, but that's what happened. 50 times, nailed that jump and that landing, and no one else even attempted it. Especially when they saw me do it and they saw how hard it was, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm not doing that." Keith can do that if he wants to. He's crazy. So, but I'm gonna ski in, ski out, and we had that same condo 5 years in a row, and so we had that same problem 5 years in a row. And now there were some other condos more expensive that were way up, and they were like on the run. I mean, they were right there. You didn't have this problem of these little bit of woods, but these condos were cheaper because they were not quite on the trail. They were a little bit off the trail. They were still ski in, ski out. And I'm sorry, I need to keep looking at that camera and not at myself. I know what I look like. I need to look at you guys. Sorry. 20, we're going 30 minutes. All right. So, what else is there about that? I think that's it. Yeah. That's the story. Of Colorado skiing was basically, there's a ski in, ski out condos, and oh, I know one more small story, where I had to get a friend's glove. The thing on chairlift is, you got to be careful on the chair. Don't drop anything. It's like you're a high iron worker or something. If you take a glove off, you got to make sure you stick it in your coat where it won't fall out. If you're going to use a chapstick, you got to be careful. Where's that cap? Hang on to that cap. Don't you dare drop the chapstick or the cap or your ski poles. You put them underneath your leg, and then you put your thigh down on them, and you hold those two poles. And you see it all the time. You look below the chairs where they go. I mean, if it's over a run, then you just go ski down and get your crap. But if the poles and the lift line goes over some rugged area, you'll see poles and hats and mittens and gloves and stuff. They're down there, and they're going to be down there forever because you can't get in there to get them practically, or it's too hard. People give up. Never did try. So there's lots of stuff down there, and you see it there. And again, if it fell in a run, they would just ski right down to it and pick it up, But anyway, a friend of mine lost his glove over a bad area, and so but we knew where it was. We could figure it out in our heads, when the lift kept going, and then when you get off of it, it's like, okay, well, ski down to here, and ski over to there, and it's probably right back in there. Can't quite see it, but I think it's back in there. And so then I ended up skiing as far as I could, and then there was just, the trees were just too close together. I couldn't ski into there, so I had to take my skis off and walk in there, and sure enough, I found I think it was like a dark blue or a black glove. Pretty easy to find in the white snow once I got, over the angle of the hilltop or whatever, little ridge. So anyway, I rescued my friend's glove, and they were very happy because otherwise they would have had to buy a pair of gloves at the gift shop for the whole rest of the week because they were idiots and they dropped a glove. And like I said, you just can't drop anything when you're on a chairlift. You can't drop it. So I think that's the story, and I think that covered everything I wanted to do. Oh no, I have props. I forgot. These damn things. Remember this? Yeah. Still haven't gotten a haircut. No. And I have a cousin who is a hairdresser, but she lives so far from here. It's like 50 miles or something. It's a long drive. But she said she would do it. But like I said, I cut it myself once. Just a pair of scissors and a comb and trimmers off my razor. And I said, well, that's close enough for government work because, again, what do I care? You don't see anybody in a zombie apocalypse anyway, except maybe you go to the grocery store. So what do you care? So, but anyway, I was talking before. I had these two damn things that I had a little crisis of, like I said, Pink Floyd momentary lapse of reason. I was going down an aisle at the drugstore, getting ibuprofen or something else. Adult diapers. Stop it. I'm kidding. Shut up. Don't you dare be going, yeah, okay. No, I can't remember what I was there for. I think it was ibuprofen, actually. Yeah. Ibuprofen, or maybe, yeah, I think that's all I can think of. I don't think I had, oh, maybe it was some Sudafed. Yeah, for a stopped-up nose, or a meth lab, one or the other. I was either making a meth lab, a very small scale meth lab, or I needed some Sudafed for my sinuses. But anyway, I walked down the aisle and I had these damn things, and I'm like, medium brown, dark brown, I had a birthday. That's right. I had a birthday during the zombie apocalypse. Gosh, it's been 2 months ago. I cannot believe it's been 2 months ago with my birthday. 2 months. And that wasn't even the first day of the lockdown, I don't think. So it's been longer than that. Where did 2 months go? The days just fly by, when you're locked down. So anyway, momentary lapse of reason, I bought these two different colors of these damn things, and as you can see, they're not opened. And this is going to be a little game, and I promise you I haven't practiced this game. But over there, the last time I did this, I threw these down the hallway. this time there's a trash can over there, but it's too easy for the trash can to be where it normally is, which is where I can see it. I can almost touch it from where I am. Like that. That's too easy. So it's like, no, I've got the trash can actually behind a couch over there. I can't see the trash can. I know where it is because I put it there, and I can visualize it in my head. But all I can see if I look over there is couch, or actually it's a love seat, small two-seat couch. The 3-seat one is elsewhere, downstairs. So, trick is, can I throw these into the trash can, visualizing where the trash can is, which is a pretty tough shot. I mean, it's one thing to throw them into a target of a trash can, like a basketball shot. In basketball, at least they can see the basket, right? This is like doing it without being able to see the basket. But we're going to hear it, and it's either going to sound like the trash cans are empty. I don't mean over there. There's only one over there, but I mean I emptied trash today. So there's like two other trash cans, one in the kitchen and one right there, and then one in the basement. Yeah, in the laundry room. The trash there is mostly just lint. What else would you throw away in the laundry room, right? So, but anyway, it's over there. So I think we'll be able to hear it because it's empty. So it just has a new bag in it. So it's going to hit plastic in the bottom of the trash can, or it's going to hit carpeting, right? Those are our two choices. So I haven't practiced this once yet, not even once. So let's just take a look at it, visualize it. Oh, I forgot. There's those balusters over there. That's going to make it interesting because they're in the way. Shit, I didn't think about that. All right, I got to clear that baluster. This is tougher than I thought. Have any confidence in me? I think I can do it. Ready? First one. That went in the trash can. You didn't hear. You heard it hit. It didn't hit carpeting. No. So this one's got to go just the same way. Nope. Nope. What happened was that hit the baluster of it's a half wall over there, half wall, and they have these wooden balusters. And I needed to just barely clear that baluster, and I hadn't thought about that when I set the trash cans over there. It's not even a matter of just arcing them over that half wall. Much harder than that. There's 4 balusters. I have to, it's like they're jail cell bars, I have to throw them between the jail cell bars. Or in this case, my plan was to throw it to the right of the rightmost bar. And the first one went okay. The second one, I hit the baluster, and then of course, it ricocheted way out there, and it hit carpeting. So that's 1 for 2. That was our game for today. If you had bets, I hope you play. I should have told you to place your bets first. The payout window is over here. It pays 3 to 1. So go ahead and collect your winnings. I'm sorry, this is 37 minutes of nothing. I've got to edit this, right? No, I'm sorry. I'll try to. I might try to edit it, but that sounds like a lot of work. And it's 4:15 in the morning right now. I was going to say there's some Easter eggs here, and tomorrow, I did one of these. I think I already went public with it right away because I forget why, but I was pissed. Tomorrow the cables should come. Amazon told me today, but then today they changed their minds, and the text I got said they'll be arriving tomorrow. So tomorrow I should have the cabling to hook up the keys to that class I was talking about, and I will actually be able to start that intermediate Rayconic Junior class on keys. And I know I complained about this before. You might have just watched it. It was the one where I was saying that the thing didn't know I was here. It gave me a 0%, and then it said, yeah, I just hit middle C to try it again. And I did that, and it didn't even start the lesson again. I'm like, this has got to be something bad. And I went and looked in settings, and it said no device found. And like I said, did I call the place? Did I call them? Shit! How do I not know whether I placed a call? I think I did. I think I placed a call. Yeah. And I told them again what my model number, and they said, well, it should work. So it's. No, I can't remember if I called them or not, because I would have asked them, "Are you sure I don't need drivers?" Fuck. Okay, well, I'm not gonna think about this on camera, but I gotta remember whether I called them. I'm gonna look at my phone, of course. Who remembers anything, right? That's what we have smartphones for. I'll look on my smartphone. I know the phone number of the place. I will look and see whether or not yesterday I called the place or I didn't call the place. and the call shouldn't last 6 seconds. It should last like 3.5 minutes or whatever. After I was on hold for a little while, I got a hold of somebody, and then I would have told them what device I had, and they just said, yeah, that should work. So it must be a bad cable, bad connection. That's the only reason. But that just doesn't sound familiar. It doesn't sound like, I can't remember that I called them or not. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is 40 minutes. So you know what? I'm going to make a promise. I am going to edit this thing down. It's not going to be 40 minutes and 13 seconds. If it is, then I've let you down because I didn't edit it. I will find something to edit out of this. Surely there's got to be this. I didn't do anything here, so there's nothing worth anything. Okay, yeah, every Easter egg that's here you can see, and I had my little note, and I talked about every single thing that I could think of about skiing in Colorado. Love it there. Gonna go back after the this apocalypse is over. Ski. I'd like to, ski internationally again. But travel is still hard. Even if there's no such thing as COVID-19, since 9/11, frankly, traveling has just gotten to be so hard. TSA has all the rules. You got to have the little 3.5-ounce bottles of everything. Every liquid you want to bring, you got to have in these little bags, and little things, little special carry-on thingies, and then you can get randomly selected anyway. Luckily, I haven't been randomly selected yet for the the special big time search. They just tell you, you got to take your belt off, take your shoes off, take your laptop out of its laptop bag, and put it in a separate thing all by itself, and then you go through, and then you got to put your shoes back on, and put your belt back on, and just reassemble your whole self, and it's just too much hassle, and that's only part of it. That's just getting through TSA, getting through security at both ends, but travel has just kind of become a hassle. I know I sound like I'm being a big baby, or some old man. Get off my lawn! I don't want to travel. When I should be like, yay! I want to go see the pyramids, and I want to go see the Eiffel Tower and stuff. And I do want to do that stuff, but damn, travel's just a hassle. So I wouldn't mind skiing. I ski the Austrian Alps. I would like to ski the Italian Alps. Zena Drums, a friend of mine, has done that. The Italian Alps, and she and I talked about that, and I said, yeah, I was really, really close to you in Austria. I said, she said good things about, she told me the name of the place, the hotel she stayed in the Italian Alps area, and so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Why not? But I don't know if I'll really do that or not. But anyway, the Rocky Mountains, it's only one time zone away, right? I'm not even, Eastern time zone would be a further trip. I only got to get from the Central time zone to the mountains. I can drive it. I don't even have to fly, but I will fly. I've only driven it, like I said, once. And it was 15 hours or 16 hours out there and 157 hours back. And I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to fly out there. Okay. I'll edit this, I promise. Thank you if you came, and this will be called probably, Rocky Mountain Skiing or something. Thanks for coming. Let me push the button here as fast as I possibly can. Get us out. Take care.